interactive read-alouds with a comprehension and vocabulary focus support children's literacy development. In this classroom, children use new vocabulary they have learned as they care for their classroom pet.
Today, we are feeding our pets during work time. It's something that we do every day. It helps our kids focus on empathy, learning how to care for people and the environment and different animals. So we'll be feeding our classroom pet Clio some food, preparing him some water, and then talking about how we take care of his body. And then we'll get to spray him with some spray. You know, it's like giving him a little bath in the classroom. It's time for us to take care of Clio today. Who's ready to take care of Clio? Me. Oh, I have some friends who look ready. We've been reading some books about taking care of our pets, haven't we? That's really, really good, isn't it?
I don't want to take him out, because he's going to bite us.
I'm not going to take him out, but he's not going to bite because he's pretty gentle, isn't he? This is our gentle friend.
It out.
We've been talking about what he needs to survive. Anybody remember what he needs to survive?
Nutrients.
He gets nutrients, but from what?
Food.
From food. We got to give him some food today, don't we? Hard food. Why hard food?
So he can grow.
So he can grow? Well, I have a bowl here. Can we put some food in his bowl today? You think we can? All right. I have some hard food for him. And like Tori said, his hard food gives him some nutrients, doesn't it? You want to put a handful in there, Maurice? Yeah. Go ahead. So as we introduce new vocabulary, we take those words and use them for our classroom pets. So a prime example, if we're talking about nutrition, then we'll relate how pets' food has nutrients in it, and that's why they have to use food, because the nutrients helps them grow, helps them survive, helps them live. Why is his food hard and not soft?
Because it's nutrients.
There is nutrients, but why does he have hard food and not soft food? We talked about that. What kind of teeth does he have?
Sharp teeth.
He has really sharp teeth, doesn't he? Not Norman. It's a book about a kid that ended up getting a fish, and he thought the fish was boring, but the fish was actually cool. And then one of my favorites is D-Dan Saves the Day. They're really good because, again, it's an informational text where they're using words about nutrition, about growth, about habitat, about thirst, about survival. Can somebody tell me why he has fur? What does fur do for him? It keeps him what?
Warm.
It keeps him warm, because where do a lot of ferrets live?
In his body.
Sometimes in the cage, or sometimes where else do they live?
In his body. Outside.
They can live outside, can't they? Where their habitat is at? Yep. And that's why they have fur, isn't it? Because it helps keep them what? Because it helps keep them what, Jeremiah?
Warm.
Helps keep them warm, doesn't it?
He got jaws.
He does have claws.
What do you do with them?
You tell me, what do you think he uses his claws for?
So he can dig a hole.
So he can dig a hole. We really use books in our classroom to increase vocabulary, and then as well as help them understand, you know, different kind of science concepts. So we have food. What else does he need?
Water.
And why does he need water?
So he can grow.
So he can grow, and so he doesn't get what?
So he don't get thirsty.
So he doesn't get thirsty, because we don't want him to be thirsty, do we? No, we don't want him to be thirsty. So I have some water. I do. It's right here. And we can put this in this cage too, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And one last thing, what else does he need?
Food.
We gave him food. We gave him water. There's one more thing he needs.
He needs his cage.
Why does he need his cage?
So he can sleep
So he can sleep. And why is sleep so important for him?
So he can grow.
So he can grow. How old is Clio?
10.
10 what?
10.
How old is Clio?
10 what?
He's only 10 months, so he has to get lots of sleep so he can grow, doesn't he? And that's really important. Oftentimes, when they're ready to prepare Cleophas's food or his water, they won't just say, you know, I want to change his water, I want to give him fresh food. They'll say, he's thirsty, so we have to change his water, or he needs nutrients to grow, so we have to give him new food. So we try to use these words as often as possible when describing our pet. Anybody want to rub him? Remember, we're going to rub his back, right? Because sometimes if we're not gentle, he can be afraid. So we want to rub his back. How does his fur feel? It feels warm. What else? All right, go ahead. He's okay. We're going to open this up and we're going to put him right back in there, okay?
Okay. You can put the food in.
It did. So once they learn all of these words that we use in the classroom, we really emphasize using them every day in the classroom. So they know when it's time to feed our pet. They know that he needs food because it requires nutrients and that helps him grow. They know that it's important that Cleophas, that's the ferret's name, Cleophas has water so he doesn't get thirsty, that his habitat includes him living in a cage and requires bedding, requires hard food. We talk about how his fur keeps him warm. So we really use these concepts that we learn and we relate them to our classroom pets, and then we use them as we take care of him. I think he got his food, I think he got his water, and his bed is all clean. So is Clio taken care of?
Learn more at literacyessentials.org.